Shalom, shalom, le kulam, shalom, shalom, to the remnant, to the elect, to the called, to the chosen, and those that remain faithful to the very end. Salamu alaikum, le kulu. This is Tzibiyah, round 2 of my short smacks, my quick ones, because I know a lot of the enemies and even a lot of my own that watch me don't have the attention span. My shorts would be long to most people because my long ones are very long when I'm teaching a lesson. So I expect for you to wait and hope for those that seek truth, that are wise enough to look at the whole matter and don't judge a book by the false cover that someone else put on it. And I'm here to show you the second attempt. You see this so-called brother right here, Kenneth Cambridge. Well, he's a Christian. When I met him, he came straight out the Christian church, and a very wicked one on top of that. He was married to a prostitute, raising somebody else's children, and his wife, that he's not divorced, has somebody else's baby. This man was married when he joined my group, and he's a very smooth talker. He is an actor. He's very good. He's charming. He can put on, this boy can gab. He could stick his chest out and act the part. He's a coward. He's a coward, y'all. Now, once again, Kenneth Cambridge, rubber bullet number 2. This is the charge. Minister Yakoba, the man who is going into everlasting jail for attempted and a conspiracy to murder with a false deadly weapon, a rubber bullet. The evidence of false witnesses, abusers, users, and extortioners, the very thing that he says that he does not promote, and that anybody in any institution, whether it be a child's institution, a grown-up, a school, a university, an assembly, a YouTube page, when people go against the grain, when people use you, when people abuse you, when they lie to you, when they deceive you, when they're extorting money by lies, false witnesses, and not keeping the rules of your board, your group, whatever organization you run in, that I don't have a right to remove people, or as you say, kick people out, grown people, or I don't have a right to bring it into judgment. No different than Yakoba kicking all of my comments off, as he says, for me to step up and have this conversation, but yet he removed every single piece of evidence that could show him that he's hasty. He's an emotional man. Some people have sent me enough to see how he reacts. He's really a coward. As he says, he doesn't show his face because he doesn't want anyone to idol worship it. But we can see that all of his followers are idol worshiping him. That's stupid. He's an image. He's not real. But then he's double-tongued. The real reason is that he's scared he's going to get beat up in the street. Okay, he didn't say beat up, but fight every time he walks out for people to recognize his face. So he's really a coward, a servant of Yah, that's scared to show his face. Yeah, because he's a beef starter. He's violent. He threatens with guns and shooting. I've heard it. I've gotten a witness and a testimony, but no, I don't really know, or I didn't know Teotw like that. Somebody sent me something about him maybe 2 years ago, and I barely looked at it because by the time I see boogeymen, they're agents or they're extortionists and swindlers that's riding this new wave of the awakening, and they're really fake Christians riding identity, and their doctrines really have not changed from the Christian church. They've just been released from the rules of the Christian church into more wickedness. That's it. So anyway, as you can see, this is about Kenneth. This is a short smack to let him know what's coming. But for my people, I know his people won't watch it. Maybe some of his people will watch it. But for my people, all those people that said I was lying and slandering people, most all of it proved to be true. Everything is not going to be proven until the very end. Right? Everything is coming out in the end. What I said about them, but I say again, Teotw is a low blow coward, because once again, I only used his own words against him, his own people, his own testimonies, his own things that he posted. I didn't go fish for people in his non-existing ministry to just bring a blanket complaint, nor does Talia do that. Many people have written me letters about TEO, this ministry and that ministry, and you have never once seen me read a blanket statement. blanket statements from people. You'll see me go through evidences and questioning them. And by the time I hear anger from somebody, right, and I hear that they are retaliating because they just got kicked out of a group, I don't care if the group was wicked or not. I'm smart enough to know that I'm not going to be used for somebody's own special retaliation. I don't do that, right? So we got Kenneth here. He's a coward, but Kenneth has jumped on the bandwagon after this lying devil Emily, and you're going to see that she's lying, and I'm going to show you more proof. But I told you that Yah doesn't leave me without a witness. I call him a rubber bullet because his testimony is going to be false. Now, no devil just doesn't have some details and use some truth, but it's going to be widely, whatever he thinks he's going to say is twisted. It's already been reported to me that that girl that had 5 children and ran away from her husband because of abuse, didn't have custody of her children, wound up coming to Sister Chana because he was scouring for single vulnerable women to come underneath his tutorialship, and he found her and brought her to Sister Chana. Now, let me just show you right now what the scheme is. Let me show you what the scheme is. Okay. So here I am. I'm under, you can see TO Ministry. And I'm gonna scroll up to show you what it is. This brother Kenneth, after Yakoba and all his gangsters and his comments, is saying all this stuff that he thinks he's exposed me with a blanket statement, and this woman's very detailed stuff. Um, it's coming up in a minute. I don't know which one is going up first, but you'll find out that everything this woman said is a lie. Not everything. Some of it has some validation, but it's being twisted in a lie. Kenneth Cambridge. So I reserve the right. Brother Yakoba, how can I get in touch with you? There is more of this wickedness that needs to be exposed. I was in that cult. Please help me to help my people to stay away from the devil. Now, Yakoba, when he attacked me with not speaking my name, but bringing up my situation by this lying devil Emily, he didn't just mention me. I believe that might have been the first time he ever mentioned me. I don't know. I don't follow him, but I know that a lot of people, and he also mentioned GOCC and distinct, right? He probably has more evidences and more knowledge of GOCC because they were the first group-like, occult-like mass movement that went into Egypt and went into Jordan. And this is what I'm trying to tell y'all, why a lot of Black people is having trouble right now in these countries because of what GOCC did. Right? Those that are still there. We know that there was something that went down, and we have a rebel named Sister Chana that took over, right? And we think she's an agent too, sitting here to thwart the situation, and she believes in a higher shot, higher. Anybody that say that, no, that's GOCC direct and nobody else. This is a camp. This is a Hebrew Israelite camp. We are not Hebrew Israelites, and we are not camps. Never been. I'm not rooted in that. I didn't come from that. I am Beta Israel. I am of Israel, and that's what I am. So with that being said, he looks at this opportunity, and I told you that this brother has been looking. When he came into my ministry, he moved real quick in his first week to try to help my ministry out, in the sense that he wanted to administer to people, help give them the information that we was gathering, and be that help for me to be the spokesman for people coming out, to be in between. And I actually allowed him to do that because he stood up to do that so well, right? But then when I say so well, he actually did it so bad. And then when the situation with Yamima and his almost half near darn fornicating and attempted adultery with her came up, though I forgave him based upon his supposed confession and sorry, guilt of the situation, and feeling really bad that he made that mistake, he swore he would never do these things, right, again, and he would never betray me like that. He would never cause that problem for me. All that stuff with Jamima was his beef. This man is messy. He's full of trouble. He likes women. He rides underneath the skirt of women. Like I said, he will stand up and act like a man, but he rides the skirt of women. So now, Yakoba mentioned, he didn't just mention me, though he thinks he knows me. He does not know my inner workings. He may hear whatever it is they got to say, but I'm going to tell you that what my inner workings always change. They do not know my inner workings or what's going on with us now. They do not know, right? Whatever it is that they think they going to reveal to him about how we moving, ain't no fault in it. He got an issue with my judgment. He's a hypocrite. He got an issue with following groups, but yet you forming one. He got an issue with uniting the kingdom. But yet you not uniting the kingdom, right? He got an issue with judging, but yet he's on the YouTube judging everything all the time. It don't make no sense. You a hypocrite. But he's low. And because he's emotional and because he's so quick to how do I say, retaliate out of vengeance, and that's exactly what when you retaliate out of vengeance, right? Um Not righteous indignation, you really go wrong because you're reaching for any and everything, which I had a lot of evidences against the people that I've judged so far. I could have brought so much out, but I was very distinct in what I brought out. Not any and everything and not everybody's testimony. Nevertheless, this brother is, once again, as I said, someone who wants to ride a woman's skirt into a female's ministry and take over. And he was essentially kicked out because that's exactly what he was trying to do. And he was a bum. He wants the money. He wants access to the power and money. This was actually his confession about when he was a pastor in some wicked Christian church, that he used his pastorship type counseling to manipulate women with the word to do whatever he wanted them to do. He said, quote, have his way with them. After some time, you will figure him out, but he definitely reads you. Now, this brother is playing Sister Chana too. Trust me when I say that he doesn't believe anything he's saying. What he does believe is in the prophecies. These people have no righteousness. There's a whole Christian movement that has been someone who has been obsessed with following the prophecies and not the word. That is him and one power. Okay. So then he tries to reach out to Yakoba because Yakoba is dumb enough to take up his cause. He's so quick to want to go after me. He should have just gone after the argument that I brought, right? If you think I misunderstood your words, correct me, right? Contact me at the TEO, right? So he's giving out his email, and we can schedule a private StreamYard discussion, right? He wanted him, and was, get all the juice and all the details of my inner workings, which none of them know what's going on. Yeah, you think I'm in Jordan. People are trying to, they're stalking me all over the world. Once again, everywhere I go, they're following me. He had no intent on going to GOCC, only until he found out that we were in Jordan. And so he says, thank you, brother. I will email you. Now, he's playing Sister Chana and he's playing TEOW's ministries as well, right? And so this is to my people. He's playing both of them. This is his get up right now, right? As he's watched what Emily did to bring light to her. When he gets up there, y'all are going to seek him out, right? He does not have a following. There is 2 women in his group that used to be a part of my group, Sarah E. Johnson, who has been on a comment rampage, spewing out all kinds of rumors about us, about me and Malka being lesbians and having an improper relationship with no evidence, just making up stuff, so-called disclosing my confession that I said I was a lesbian, which is a lie. That Malka beat her baby and abused her baby and traumatized her baby. And these kind of things actually can get you a lawsuit. And I'm waiting for Sarah. Like I said, I'm just waiting. She's just trolling right now. I'm waiting for her to make an official situation, whether by letter or video. I'm waiting for it. And all of the information that she wrote on the other the other pages that she's referring you to, all of it, the comments that she moved off, that if anybody read, you would see that she's a liar, that her stuff, after we had spoken out against it in the comments, that her stuff contradicted what she's saying. She kept changing the storyline. We got all the transcripts, and once again, because they're stalking us across countries, this is a form of terrorism, right? She thinks it's a joke, not knowing that the embassy is watching the movements of everybody. My group, the embassy told us about her and what they did, right? Nevertheless, these 2 people, once I removed her from the group, she tried to get us all kicked out by going to the embassy and trying to report us as an occult HB group. It didn't matter anyway, because whatever that crazy woman, I forget her name, that came there, affected all the Black people there. There's no Black American that's coming to Egypt that they're not watching. Not one, right? So she was on that list too. And it wound up backfiring her and she got deported. They gave her a stamp and she had to be deported in 2 weeks, or had to leave in 2 weeks. So they disappeared into Cairo first until they can figure out where their next move was. And Kenneth now reaching out, Sarah and Kenneth communicating with each other now after he made a wonderful show on Sister Chana. So I want to show you this. First, let me show you, this is T.O. Sarah. Right now, Sarah is rolling with her mama. I told y'all the story. Y'all can go back to this video and I'd speak about it. Now, why do I speak about people in my group? I don't talk about everybody that has either left my group or that I kicked out. I speak about the people that have gone on social media to now try to destroy our unity. When I say our unity, it's not just my name. They want the group to separate. This our small little group of 30, not 100, barely that, with children and mothers and mostly women and single women and young ladies. They want to destroy that. They don't want us to be together, right? So they can't destroy it from within, because we within know the real deal. They're doing what Yahushua said. They're gonna give you up. They're gonna turn you over to officials and kings and authorities. That's what these people are doing, right? But they'll also go to other false leaders to do that too, because that's what they did to Yahushua. They had to go through other false Pharisees, which TEO is one of them. Nevertheless, let me get quick to it. So I just want to show y'all the scheme because it's coming, right? And so and she dealt with it separately. Sarah E. Johnson, right? Sarah E. Johnson, a mother of 3, but yet a mother of 4. And she's going to send you to this link that goes back to, I believe, Peculiar Ones, right? A nobody that has just been on my trail because she was a lover of Lydia, didn't like the way I went through Lydia. Lydia had to take her stuff down about me. She said so many anti-Semitite stuff about me and my friends here in Israel that it backfired. It backfired. And there's other little litigations going because we got people breaking the law on some things. So she wants to refer you to that. Y'all go see that. Go see her whole story. And when you see her story, we'll show you the rest of her false story. I'm waiting for her, right? I'm waiting, right? We'll deal with her as soon as she thinks she's going to step up, right? So this girl is full of hatred. And this is his little goons and idol worshipers. I'm not fazed. Yeah, he got thousands of followers. So Tzibiyah cult leader. Look up the word of cult. You can call me a cult you want. I'm the cult of Yahushua and his word and his narrow path and his footsteps. And we do the weightier matters, which is judgment, mercy, and then faith. Okay? There's no grace without judgment. When they repent according to the Torah and according to his commandments, then there's mercy, and then there's faith, meaning that you walk according to the faith. So before I speak too much, let me let y'all know. See this? Kenneth's judgment. Yes, I told y'all. Yes, because they all been doing it. They all been like falsifying the evidence, changing what happened, altering the story, coming up with accusations against me that didn't happen. And I'm gonna show you how we're gonna let this whole thing play out. Kenneth's judgment. I'm not gonna play one word of it right now. Y'all just wait for it, because I'm waiting for him. And I'm gonna let TEOW know, right, that please take up his cause. Now he gonna come up with all kind of smut, things that people been trying to raise up against me about some judgment, someone who is my daughter, my judgments about someone who died when they first came to 2 weeks, and they try to get me for murder, from abstaining from holding him back from medical service, which is a lie. Got his testimony about that too. Y'all, I'm good. I'm not worried. The world could hate me, but my message is only for the elect. And I say again that I declared this from the beginning. I already knew where this was going. But those that seek righteousness and justice and mercy and know how Yah said, Israel will be delivered through judgment. I will call this the city of righteousness when they learn to do righteous judgments amongst themselves. New Testament, Why is it that you cannot judge the little simple things of the world? Do you not know that you will judge angels? Is there one wise man? The wise man would be a judge that can judge even small issues between the brethren. And we can see Paul himself, the apostles himself, when someone went against the grain, they were removed. They went their own way and said, you go that way. You can't walk with me no more. But yet you gonna come along and say, I can't do I gotta be forced. Forced. Right? These people forced themselves halfway in my group, stalked me across the world, and they're gonna force me that I can't take them out. You stupid. But I want you to know that, Kenneth, you sure? All right, we got it. And so like he talks big. He talks big. And let me go back. Let me just show you the scheme. I want y'all to know this is all vengeance because they want to take over my ministry. But where are we? Right here. Right? So this brother Kenneth, as y'all saw, right? He is part of GOCC. The very thing that Teotw or whatever his Yakoba has been warning y'all about for a long time. I know he's trying to lump me in that sum. I'm not that. Operations are not that. Not a part of that. Never been. And I'm not about none of that. Right? Now, this woman is very slick. She's cunning. She's a cunning woman. That's a gangster right there. She's a Jezebel gangster for real. And who do we have here? Right? Another king made it. And she got this thing where people got to pledge allegiance to a higher before, right? And they all lying. They lying. They lying. That's Kenneth. Kenneth Cambridge, right?
I since back in 2020, in July of 2020, the Most High called me out. I heard
Most High called him out through he heard what?
Heard his voice. I listened.
He heard his voice through the mouth of a prophet. He heard the word through me.
And I was under another teaching at the time.
Yes, that would be
But
mine.
I since then had put that down. I was excommunicated out.
He was excommunicated out the group temporarily until he worked his situation out.
Of the group. But bless the Most High that he has had his hand with me since that time. When I came out, I started in Egypt. I was there almost 2 years, and I transitioned myself here to Jordan. And
so I want to let you know that you saw that I never went after Chana. I said before that Yah gave me wisdom about this whole return, that most of the elect are going to go through false prophets until they get to the very end of the matter. I've already said that only a few people was meant to walk with me, and only a few people will. And so I was never trying to start a group underneath my under my armpit type stuff. And so Yah has already directed me, don't go after people right now within these borders that Yah is using, and is going to turn out for the good of those that heed the call to come out. He knows this. And so that's okay. I don't have a problem with that. But when people start trying to destroy me, that's another thing, and want to use that against me, or try to take over for their own agenda, that's a whole nother thing. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to expose. Now, once you do that, I'm going to expose you, right? I gave him time to repent, and I guess he was mad. So he followed me all the way to Jordan, to my enemy. Now, this dude was stalking this sister for so long. He would come to me and send me video after video after video telling me about Chana, and he stalked everybody's return movement. He stalked everybody and watched everybody that was teaching about the return, trying to gather prophecy and all kind of stuff. But he's still teaching from my teachings at the end of the day, prophetically. He may have relented about some of the strict teachings that I have about what we need and how we need to walk for the kingdom's sake. And some people would call me, as they call me, a cult. They would put me in a cult of what some people would call the Nazarenes or the Essenes, right? That's how strict I am. Not quite, because they weren't 100% in Yahushua's doctrine. So he is a part of Ahaya, right? He is a part of that ministry under Chana. And I told you then that he's just looking to come underneath somebody's skirt with a bunch of women get their money and by positions, right? And undertake their ministry. He wants to take it over as eventually, knowing that most people want to follow a man, and her ministry is madness. He couldn't do it with me any longer. So this was a snuff to my face. And we slightly outed him, right? Slightly. I want to see how far he was going to go with this. And I was, I know she's a smart woman, but she seems to be stupid too and smart at the same time. So when the Teotw thing came out and he jumped on board with that, he's excited now. He's jumping the gun. He's like, yes, I'm about to get my opportunity for a lot of people to see me, right? Because she doesn't have, look at her subscribers. 130 subscribers. Now, she's got pages and YouTubes and all over the place. And yes, she may have a lot of people that have come through her, but they don't stay with her very long. She really is not for the people at all. She has done nothing for the people, maybe some information, and she actually admits it here, but he's coming to start a community, start a group, and take what he thinks is my template. He thinks he's going to, but you need money. Once again, you cannot get land. You cannot be the leader without collecting tithes or offerings. You cannot delegate people coming together and living together in one space, in one area, in a communal, without leadership and without delegation. And the poor, most of the people in Jordan, the women, single, they're poor. And so you're going to have to delegate that, right? Now I told you the story. So now, after he got excited because Teotw was like, you willing to help me kill Tzibiyah? All right. I showed you they planning that, right? Then he got excited. He said, oh yeah. Not knowing Teotw, not knowing who this nigga is at the end of the day, right? Like everybody playing everybody. Tzibiyah straight. Tzibiyah straight. All right. I'll troll you, but I troll you underneath my name. Right? When I say troll you, that's not trolling you. I come straight. Y'all just block me. So y'all liars, right? At the end of the day. That's okay. So this is here with Sister Chana again. When? Right? Let's see. How many days ago? 7 days ago, right after. Yeah, right after that. So he's blowing the gun, right? First of all, they got busted with these two all together. This one, Sarah. I don't know what's going on with her. She looked pregnant. I don't know what's going on with her. That's Sarah. Very wicked. I'm waiting for her. I'm waiting. I'm gonna wait for her because it's off of her evil that's actually had encouraged her mother and Kenneth not to repent and just come straight. Right? She was the one spewing all kind of nasty things. And then this is her mama. This is her mama. She done gained some weight too, as he calls me Miss Picky. And this is the baby that supposedly Malka abused, that she's all in arms over. Now we a cult now, right? She saw the light through the Holy Spirit. So I know that they're lying. They don't believe in no Ahia. They are using this woman because Kenneth has strategized to take over. Now, she may not think that, but okay. But they're part of Ahia now, right? They're part of Ahia. Watch this.
Again, this is our 6th month in Jordan. I'm liking and enjoying the place that we're currently residing in. As I have now actually realized the truth about the name. His name is Ahia, Asher Ahia. And no one can refute that because he says, my name is memorialized throughout all generations. As his name is hidden.
All right, she just talking smack. She don't believe that 1 minute. Kenneth has, because I know her. I know them very well. She's saying what she need to say to get in on this. They plan on trying to take over her ministry and rip it from underneath her. Right? And so this woman has gone from Yoshi's ministry to another ministry before that, from another ministry before that, to Yoshi's, to Hulda, to me, to now. I mean, this is crazy. All right. So we're going to get to him. Watch his big smack. Watch his big smack talk, right? Because I put it out there and I'm going to show you again that he's a bum, he's a user, all of that. A grown behind man, almost 50 years old, a child. All right. I want y'all to hear his smack, right? And what he's promoting. He's trying to form another man GOCC group. Okay.
Praise the highest. So
What is
all of
that?
you remember me from the first video I did with Sister Chana, Brother Kenneth, and we had some fools and some trolls from a group that we used to be a part of in Egypt with Miss Piggy Tzibiyah. So the Most High has gotten us away from that, and he himself had me research his name, what his true name is. I spent time studying it, understanding it, and I call on the name.
Okay. Now, even those that I disagree with, from the Christian brews to the nigger brews to the Hebrews, they, yes, I'm a holy namer. I'm a stickler for Yod He Wahe Yahweh Yahoshua. Absolutely. And I do have a position and about those that firmly say it, the Yod He Wahe is this and that versus Yahweh. But I have a patience for those that really don't understand and don't know. I don't go after those that really don't know what they talk about, right? They just go with what they heard. So I have patience with that. There's ignorance involved. Yah has a place for ignorance. He doesn't believe any. I want any of y'all that do believe in Yod He Wafe. You may not believe in the pronunciation or even care. He's lying. There's no research you can do on Ahaya, y'all. It's only going to trace back as far as GOCC. Like, this is the most ridiculous thing ever. It's not Hebrew, right? There's no such thing as Ahaya, Ahaya. There's no such thing. There's no such word. It doesn't exist, right? This is a mistransliteration, right? A mistransliteration of the Hebrew word Ehyeh, Asher Ehyeh, right? So he's doing the abagabadaba type paleo foolishness, right? And there's no research to do about it. It's just GOCC. Nobody. So number one, he's a liar. Now, the woman that I just showed you, she thinks she's a minister too, right? She was a witchcraft pastor's wife. And when Sarah does what she does and say all her lies, we're gonna be able to rebut it with evidence, y'all. And I'm gonna bring her mother into this since she allowed it. And I'm gonna show you about her mama, okay?
Abahaya, Bahashem Yeshaya. That is the true name of the Most High. Because of that, I was blessed to get a job at a travel agent here in Amman, Jordan. I was made the marketing director and was able to hire people up under me. That is the blessing of the Most High. But you have trolls on here because I got away from Satan. Want to say that you, Sister Chana, is supporting me, giving me money and food when they don't even know. When you humble yourself enough in front of the Most High, what He will do, He will lift you up. He will provide for you. That is
all right. So, all right. All of us that knows him knows exaggerating and playing a part. So you see they saying I got a job. What's the issue with the job? We're gonna find out almost 50-year-old grown behind man trying to snuff me in the face about he finally got a job after he called upon. First of all, who teaches that? That's manifestation. Yahweh don't work like that. I prayed for a job, and now that I called on Yahaya, he blessed me with a job. What's this great position now? That I said that he wants to eat off of her, right? So we're gonna go through this job that he's so-called that he's smutting in my face, right? Hold on.
Lift you up. He will provide for you enough in front of them that you, Sister Chana, is supporting me, giving me money and food here because I got away from Satan. Want to say that you, Sister Chana, is supporting me, giving me money and food when they don't even know to get a job at a travel agent here in Amman, Jordan. I was made the marketing director and was able to hire people up under me.
All right. So did you hear that wonderful statement? He was able to get a job. This is in lieu of this woman coming underneath her skirt, trying to use her the way he was trying to use me. Now, let's go into this job where he was made the marketing director and he was able to hire people. Let's see this marketing directing. Okay. let's see this. Here it is right here. That right there. I told you entertainment and travel. Okay. Booyah. Right back to Chana. What? I told you entertainment, music, fashion, news, and travel. This is the travel so-called agency that he got a job. It's her money, your money, right? Her money, your money. He's just going to take it over right now and try to swindle y'all. And what? Let's see what this marketing that he hiring people is her money, y'all. Right? This is the ministry that they think that they're doing. Let's go into it, right? This is what it is. So now this is fair game, right? Her entertainment and travel, music, this fair game, fair game. All right, this woman is slick. So let's go into the I told you travel. Here it is. Here's the official website that he just got a job now. It's her money, her skirt, her feeding him for a position. GOCC. To come, their calendars, preparing for the wilderness, right? Blah, blah, blah. Store, biblical information, tours, health and healing, contact who? It's going to be him now. And it's going to be all the way, right? I told you travels is not real, y'all. It's her. He ain't fooling nobody. Get out of here. Get out of here. This is what I told you. Survival of the fittest. Go take some Moses in the Tabernacle. Register today. This is a business plan, right? This is how they get money off the people. Ain't nobody over here doing no trips. You coming or you coming? This her other page. Bringing people for Passover. All of this other stuff. Just doing her little tours and going to the bedroom. Anybody can do that, y'all. Anybody can do that, right? So this is the new business that she ain't crossing over. No way, right? Just tours and a GOCC, right? He's going to take over the ministry, right? And because of that, he's going to have access to her money, which is your money, right? Who you fooling? Get out of here. Who is you fooling? So let me take you back again. The I told you travel job that he just bragged about, when I said that all he want is her money. When I say her money, I mean the means by whatever she does that she's been able to maintain herself and have a lot of money. He wants a part of that, just like he tried to do me. I'm going to prove it. And that job that really is her food and her money, but is stolen like a hyena, is advertised on the GOCC, right? I told you travel, a highest promises, Hebrewism, right? That's it right there. Marketing manager where he can hire other people. You mean give other people to do his wicked bidding, right? And it's business, right? It is all for the people. And that's what he's bragging about here, that he have allegiance from a Shah, right? Millions is coming out. So they don't believe in 144 remnant anymore. Okay. And there he is, the first time pledging allegiance to Ahia, eating her food. Talking about, I can't wait to feast with y'all in Ahia. And so, as I showed you, and that is what is connected. And the very thing that TEO ministry is trying to steer people away. He got excited and believes that by this, he was going to be able to take some of TEO people, the Christian. He's a Christian. Sarah, and restart their ministry underneath GOCC. Are y'all clear? All right. So that's the end of what I got to say. For my quickness, I'm sorry that it's not 5 minutes. I don't know how to do 5 minutes, but that's what I got to say. Look forward to it, as he thinks he's going to slander my name, right? All of them. I'm going to show him that they all been liars. I got the report and the true witness. And everybody's playing each other. Don't nobody come straight. But when I see crooked in my group, I remove it. Thus says Yah. Selah.